More roster confirmations that a lot of us have already been onto, of course, and then additional scrim results that let us know which teams currently look to be the best right now. And obviously, this one is a big one. I'm bringing more light to this than normal because of two reasons. Number one of the pro players for one of the teams in this conversation has opened up about internal issues going on inside of their organization or inside of their roster camp. Then you've also got one specific team outshining others, looking really well, and it's a team that makes this storyline oh so well. Many of you commented down below that me shaving my face was a worse mistake than Hal leaving TSM, so I respect it. Probably one of the best. Or someone had also said, I'm so glad Franklin decided to make a YouTube channel, so I really appreciate all the roast. It has been really refreshing to see. Firstly, I wanted to make mention, Fennel did make mention that they are parting ways with their Apex roster from the APAC North region. Obviously, this is Punisher and crew. Unfortunate, obviously, to see. We've been seeing APAC North actually make a lot of changes as of late, so not too surprised here. They've been changing, but I will say that Fennel, Fnatic, and some other organizations, they've kind of consistently been in the scene. You're not really seeing as many orgs exit, I think, in that region, but a lot of rosters are actually swapping a lot. But then we go into last night's scrim results, and like I said, a lot of storylines to talk about here. Number one, Team Falcon still not necessarily looking dominant or like a super team. Honestly, they're just part of the conversation right now. It doesn't seem like they're the super team that they were months ago. However, do want to make mention of the big one right now. Well, two big ones. Number one, I want to talk about Furia. Furia is a team that I've obviously brought a lot of praise to. They've been sticking together, but the problem is with sticking together, when you have people in the same camp for so long, there begins to kind of build up this tension, right? And especially if you're not winning. So you kind of have a situation right now where Keon has opened up on live stream with his Watson just recently about some internal struggles that these guys are actually having right now. And this does concern me because you're seeing Furia as the type of team that is inconsistent. They get top three, they get last place. They get first place, they get last place. And it's like they're constantly going back and forth. You're not necessarily seeing a lot of middle of the pack performances out of those guys. And that's what, when it kind of worries when you go to finals, because you're not seeing this prime Furia that you're used to seeing in scrims or in these smaller tournaments or in group stage, whatever the case may be. So I want to see Furia get to that next level. It is important that after all of this has happened, they did get third today, so not a horrible performance, and hopefully they continue to improve. But it was not even close when it regards to points, and we'll talk about that number one team in just a second. But here is Keon opening up with his Watson about the internal issues that's going on with Furia right now. Roll the clip.
Yeah, no, dude, you don't understand, dude. You don't understand. Like, Madness pissed us both off because like Madness has just been having like a really bad mental where he just like says he can't do it and he can't do this and he can't play that. He can't play certain characters.
Pouring on top of them. Dude, you want my honest opinion? You guys need to play more ranked and play like different characters when you play ranked. Because
dude. Okay, so this for like the last month, ever since crypto came into meta, Madness has been complaining that like he has to play crypto because he doesn't get to shoot his gun. And so I told him to learn Pathfinder, and he goes, "No, I can't play Pathfinder." And then, okay, well then learn Newcastle. He says, "No, I can't learn Newcastle."
Yeah.
Because we want to play Path Crypto Newcastle because it's very strong, and like so his mentality is just like, "Oh, I can't do this because I don't want to play that character. I can't do it. I want to play Wraith or Bang or Fuse. Like I can't do Path. I can't do Crypto. I can't do Newcastle." It's like 100% mentality, and it's been frustrating me so bad, dude. Like literally so bad. And yesterday, like I literally yelled at him. I called him a fucking loser. Like because I was like, there's sometimes there's a winner, there's a madness win, there's a winner madness, and there's a loser madness. I was like, you are a fucking loser madness.
Now, I do want to make mention that despite Furia going through that, they haven't necessarily had terrible BLGS scrims. They've got 12th place just the day before, and then a 4th place the day before that. So hopefully they can get their legend meta composition down. I think that's the biggest part of our problems right now with a lot of these roster changes, right? You see the Super Team Falcons break up, but why was it? It's because Jin is on crypto and Jin doesn't like crypto. You can see even today we're about to talk about, he was most definitely not playing crypto. Matter of fact, let's talk about that team composition. So if you guys haven't seen it already, Dojo was your number one team from scrims last night. Not even close. 117 points points in first, 78 points in second. That's Bleed Esports, obviously playing with Yanya. Dojo, however, was actually playing with Enemy. Just want to point that out, not Designful. So Enemy, Timmy, Dojo playing, and obviously playing very well. They were running crazy compositions like Catalyst and Conduit, and I didn't really see, obviously, this crazy must-have crypto meta like a lot of these other guys were using. They were just kind of using what was comfortable for them, and it was working out. Now, also keep in mind that you have Jin Burton playing on like 260 ping all the way from APAC South right now. So obviously this is something to commend. These guys were really feeling themselves and having a great time, and they were also playing right Storm Point, they were playing Olympus and E District as well. So these new maps for BLGS, I think they're going to bring a new dynamic into this. Interested to see what happens, because we've also heard that World's Edge, or maybe seen some teasers that World's Edge may be going out, and you may see E District come in for the main ALGS pretty soon as well. I guess it all kind of depends on how BLGS goes, but it is kind of a little upsetting that Dojo may not necessarily have their first performance with BLGS, as you're having visa issues currently with Jin Burton, and hopefully he can get that stuff settled. But obviously visa issues are an ongoing issue inside of the Apex esports scene. But just something to note, obviously, if you've been following the channel for the last couple of days, you would know that Falcons are kind of like the heel of the community at this point. You've got Hal, who's kind of like, joined the villain. And, you kind of wondered, would Zero become a co-hero, or is Hal going to become a co-villain? And it seems like many have kind of accepted and adopted this new idea that the Falcons are the enemies. They're the heel. And we'll see, obviously, if they can shut the haters up, if they can silence the haters, if they can bring it back like we know they are capable of. And I obviously know there's many fans still rallying behind those guys. On the flip side, you got Dojo, right? The outcast. You've got Timmy, who went through this rendition of Moist Esports, and the old Dojo, DSG, kind of been all over the place. Jin Burton just leaving from the Falcons or getting dropped. Then you've got, Design, who's been trying to find himself. They played well with Enemy today, who's also been kind of trying to find himself. So I like that this roster is made up of a bunch of people that just want to get something done. They're not necessarily trying to build or trying to plan or strategize or calculate some super team. They're just going with the flow. It is what it is, and they're playing legends that are just simply comfortable for them. And I like the way that it worked out. And obviously the gap that you're seeing very clearly indicates that it was a comfortable victory for them today as well. Now, also wanted to make mention, last place here, Liquid Alienware did get their final roster announcement today. Strasado, their new coach, and Kurev, their new king, is here. So this is a weird dynamic. Obviously, I was never really a huge fan of Yanya splitting up, because I just love Yanya with these guys. However, I understand Kurev's put a lot of stock into himself. South American regions got a little bit more respect over the last couple of lands. He's an asset they wanted to go for. I do wish them the best, obviously, and hope that they get great results. But obviously, day one after the official announcement, not looking so hot. So interested to see what you guys think down in the comment section below. Jin Burton tweeting out, "Don't con the Dojo." They may be definitely one of the better teams inside of this entire tournament moving forward. Interested to see your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date through all things inside of the world of Apex Legends esports. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.